We would like to begin our program with a territorial acknowledgement from our resident elder, Sandra Green.
Good day, Talgat at Hinu di Kiong. My name is Sandra Green, and I would like to welcome everybody to this event. I'd first of all like to acknowledge and thank the Coast Salish nations, especially the Kakite and the Coquitlam, for allowing us to be in their territory, to live, work, play, and learn. I'd like to let you know, share with all of you that this is a custom that we as First Nations have been going through for thousands of years. We always acknowledge and thank the local territories that we're on. And this is to show respect for them and not just assume that we can just go anywhere in their territory and do anything. So I'm really glad that everybody is a part of this showing of respect. It's a great way to start everything off. I'd also like to congratulate all of you receiving the leadership awards and to encourage you to always have an open heart and an open mind. That way we can keep learning, and we can always learn right our whole life. We're lifelong learners, and want to say congratulations and good luck.
Thank you to Sandra for that wonderful welcome. We would now like to introduce President Kathy Denton to say a few words.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the 2021 Student Leadership Awards, virtual edition. I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy, and I wish we could be together today, but I'm grateful that we're able to bring the Douglas College community together in a virtual format. This event was created to celebrate exceptional student leaders, staff, and faculty who have made an outstanding contribution to student engagement. As we know, this year has been like no other, but I'm inspired by the exceptional nominees who've been resilient leaders throughout their time at Douglas College. Thank you for all your hard work, and we look forward to seeing you in person when it's safe.
Thank you so much, President Kathy Denton. Back to you, Maxine.
Thanks, Jed. We would now like to introduce the Vice President of Student Affairs, Sarah Dench.
Hello, everyone. Well, normally we would all be dressed up at the La Perla Ballroom, and I wish we could be there together again this year. The annual recognition of student leadership is always one of my favorite events. But it's wonderful we're still able to recognize all the amazing student leaders and our staff and faculty here at Douglas College. We're giving out several awards tonight to some incredibly deserving people who caught the attention of their instructors, peers, students, and colleagues. You have all done such amazing work, shown great resilience and commitment, and there is a lot to celebrate. I want you to know how proud we are of all the nominees this year, and I send my congratulations to each of you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Now it is our pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, Jennifer Stafford.
As an alumni, Jennifer has a wonderful connection with Douglas College. She completed her associate's degree here and finished her bachelor's degree in a program between Douglas College and UFV. She's worked for Douglas College Foundation in the past as well.
She now has gone on to own her own business, The Sweet Life Apparel and Gifts. In her work, she has been able to support her local community and has even arranged a bursary for Douglas College students.
She has been able to show such growth and adaptability, especially in this uncertain time, and it is our pleasure to have Jennifer as our keynote speaker this evening.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jennifer Stafford, and I'm the owner and creator of The Sweet Life Apparel and the founder of the Local Love Pop-Up Market. The Sweet Life is a small local brand focused on inclusive, comfortable fashion for the whole family. And the Local Love Market is a curated shopping event with a community focus. Now, I didn't start out as an entrepreneur, and I didn't start out in the fashion industry. I actually left high school with plans to become a teacher. I completed my associate's degree at Douglas College and then went on to do my BA as part of a cohort program with UFE and Douglas College. Now, of course, when you finish your degree, you don't necessarily walk out of the door with a job. So I applied for a full-time job as a receptionist at a local hotel. I got the job in the admin office in the hotel, and after a few months, I was promoted to sales manager. The hotel job was just supposed to be a great way to make some money before returning to school full-time, but it ended up being where I fell in love with sales, marketing, and events, which was a stark contrast to the areas I studied in, the social sciences. In 2012, I had just returned from my first mat leave with my son, and it felt like I needed to find something part-time so I could be home more often, and of course, offset the cost of childcare. After having such a positive experience as a student at Douglas College, I decided to see if there are any job openings. I soon got the job as the office assistant with the Douglas College Foundation here at the Coquitlam campus. It was a full circle moment for me and a great way to combine a lot of my work experience. I was with the foundation for a year and then took my second maternity leave with plans to return after the year. But as I got closer to the time I was supposed to return to work, I started to feel like I needed to be home. My daughter was the catalyst for this, as she was just the kind of baby that would have no one other than her mother. So I made the difficult decision to stay home indefinitely in the summer of 2015. Now, prior to making this decision, I had been toying around with designing a few graphic tees. I had zero graphic design experience, no business courses under my belt, no connections in the industry, and I was on a maternity leave budget to boot. I downloaded a free trial of Photoshop, and I guess you can say the rest is history. The Sweet Life launched at the end of August 2015. Fast forward, and I'm speaking to you today. It's been nearly 6 years of owning my own business and building this brand, and I learn something new every day. This little shop started with 30 followers on Instagram and maybe 24 shirts in my inventory. And now I'm at nearly 30,000 followers on Instagram alone with thousands of pieces of inventory. What a difference a few years can make. Last year was the wildest year yet. I learned so much, hustled so hard, and somehow managed to triple my sales from 2019. While you always hope for that kind of growth, it is still surprising. And the fact that it happened during a pandemic still has me in shock. Last year, I learned the importance of the pivot. I often reference Ross Geller of Friends and his pivot comment while moving a couch through a stairwell. But I think it will forever be my word for 2020 and the best advice I can give. When the pandemic hit, I was expecting my largest single order of new pieces of clothing. The first time I had gone and splurged on a full run of Canadian-made garments, so timing was not ideal to say the least. And with the official declaration of the pandemic, all markets and in-person sales events were canceled. For a small shop like myself, these are typically the biggest sales days, and of course, a great way to interact with customers in person. So with the loss of spring markets, I was really unsure of how I was going to sell all of this product that was coming in. But being the optimist, I just continued with my online marketing, mostly through Instagram, and continued posting on there more frequently, almost doubling my efforts. And the response was amazing. At first, I was worried, but during the pandemic, if you were advertising online, you had a very captive audience. I had to pivot my business a lot this year. I had to adjust to borders closing, creating contactless pickup options, and navigating the challenges of running my business with 2 young children at home. It was a lot. If I can leave you with some inspiration, it's to just keep swimming, to quote Finding Nemo. But that's all you can do. Lean in and go with it. I don't believe that there really is a destination. I feel like it's all a journey. Plan to do what you love until you don't love it anymore, and then do something else. That's okay. The best way to not get stuck is to plan to change plans if needed. Sometimes you need to pivot. Right now, I'm loving where I'm at, but I wouldn't be here without all of the stops along the way. The education, the work experience, the life experience, heck, even the pandemic. I may not have continued with plans to teach, but at school, I learned what I liked, learned what I didn't like, learned to work hard and keep going, and I'm still doing just that. Thank you so much for having me and wishing you all the best in your journeys.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Now it's time for tonight's awards. First, we would like to take a moment to recognize our wonderful donors who make these awards possible.
Yes, we would first like to thank Suzanne Kyra for the Living Big Student Leader of the Year Award of Distinction. This award was created to encourage students to reach for success, to live big, regardless of their situation. Suzanne is an international empowerment speaker, registered clinical counselor, and certified coach. She has a private practice and more than 30 years of experience. We would like to thank you so much, Suzanne, for making this award possible.
Thank you, Jed. Now I would like to recognize the sponsor for the Community Builder of the Year award. This award was sponsored by Envision Financial through the Envision Financial Douglas College Community Building Program. This program matches student teams in the Faculty of Commerce and Business Administration with nonprofit agencies in need of assistance with marketing, communications, fundraising, and more. Students benefit from gaining practical work experience, while community partners gain valuable business tools and strategies that build capacity. Thank you very much for your support, Envision Financial.
Thank you, Maxine. We also want to recognize that there were a lot of fabulous nominees who also made a notable impact with their dedication to leadership and community building. Here is a list of all the student and faculty nominees.
Thanks for your effort, everyone. We will keep an eye out for you in future years. Over to you, Jed.
Thanks, Maxine. Now, our first award is for outstanding contribution to student engagement by a faculty or staff member. This year's winner is Marlene Graveson. Let's watch Marlene and her nominator Jones video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joan Christ, and I'm the curriculum coordinator and teaching faculty in the Department of Psychiatric Nursing.
And hi, everyone. My name is Marlene Graveson, and I'm the student coordinator and teaching faculty in the Department of Psychiatric Nursing. How long have we known each other for, Joan?
Well, we've known each other, Marlene, for about 15 years. I started in 2006, so it's been 15 years.
A long time. And why did you nominate me for this award?
It was my distinct pleasure to nominate Marlene for this award. As well, Marlene received a second nomination for the award from a psychiatric nursing student. I would describe Marlene as adventurous, intelligent, insightful, creative, passionate, and one with the most amazing eye for detail, a quality I love. As well, Marlene has an unwavering dedication to her students. She inspires each student to reach their potential. She truly wants each student to be successful. When I see Marlene with students, she lights up and they light up. It's for all these reasons, and there's more, that I nominated you, Marlene, for the Outstanding Contribution to Student Engagement Award. Marlene, why don't you tell us a bit more about your involvement at Douglas College?
Well, first of all, thank you for all those kind words, Joan. But you know, it's been a really busy year, especially when I think in terms of student engagement. For the past couple of years, I've been focused on student resiliency, ways to build resiliency so that students are more prepared for the rigors for our program, and also more prepared to face the challenges when they're out in the workforce. In Pienaar, we had started on this work already, so we had some strategies in place to support students once COVID hit. A couple of extra things I did once we were in COVID included ways to support students to support each other. In Pienaar, we have an active peer mentorship group, and I've been so fortunate to work with an amazing group of students who have gone way beyond expectations. I've also worked closely with my colleagues so that as faculty, we're better prepared to support our students. This is a concept called vicarious resiliency. In September, I organized a Taste of Mindfulness workshop. This online self-care workshop for faculty was highly participatory and provided some great ideas for us faculty to create a welcoming online learning environment with our students. And most recently, I collaborated with one of my Pienaar peers to organize a monthly meditation for all health science faculty and staff. I'm so fortunate to work with colleagues who are as committed to the Truth and Reconciliation calls to action as I am. I've worked really closely with Tanya Justema and Indigenous Student Services to develop an Indigenous student support plan. This has included creating a peer mentorship role designated to support our Indigenous students in both the BSPN program and in academic foundations. I've worked with the admissions office to find ways to eliminate barriers for Indigenous students to be admitted to our program. But I feel the most meaningful and rewarding work I've done with the student population is to meet with our Indigenous students once they have completed our program. Tanya and we meet with the Indigenous students individually to learn more about their experiences to inform how we can do things better. The experience has truly been my greatest honor. Joan, it's been a busy year.
It has.
Wonderful. Thanks, Marlene and Joan. Maxine, take it away.
The next award recognizes students doing amazing leadership work throughout the college and surrounding community, which relates to their coursework and academic goals. Please help me welcome one of the Community Builders of the Year, Melissa Chirino. Let's watch Melissa and her nominator Deepa's video.
Hi, everybody. My name is Deepa, and I'm a staff person at the Douglas Students Union. And my role is that I'm the organizer of Campus Life.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa Chirino. I'm a director of Campus Life at the Douglas Student Union. So, Deepa, how long have you known me for?
Okay, so 3 years, which is pretty wild. And I've just kind of preparing for this. I've just been like reflecting on our time together, and it's kind of unbelievable that 3 years has flown by. But yeah, 3 years as a DSU elected rep. You were elected in by your peers, which is amazing. But yeah, first year I worked with you as the Pride representative, and then the last 2 as the Campus Life rep. What has your involvement been at the college or in the community? Or in the community?
Or in the community. Yeah, I think I started off as a new international student coming to a whole new other country. And I think like the first step for me was at orientation. When I went there, I saw other DSU reps, and I kind of felt really inspired because a lot of times, like when it comes to things that are happening in college or like issues that students want to like solve, like in my personality, like I think I don't like complaining on the outside and not trying to do something about it. So that was kind of on the back of my head. And I just started going to DSU events as a student. And then, yeah, I just kind of got involved. Like I would go there and look at what students are doing and like what the purpose is. And I really enjoyed that. Not thinking that I could be able to do that. Like I was thinking maybe it's just something I do in my second year here when I have more time. But then I got involved in my first year. I was the Pride rep, and I think holding events on campus and doing the advocacy work was not only a great experience, but I think it was also a great way for me to learn more. Like I believe that while you're doing this work, you're learning so much. So I've learned so much over these 3 years, and my involvement has been like a lot of like tabling, like a lot of like organizing events behind the scenes, but also supporting other collective members, supporting other board members in the advocacy work that they do. And I've really enjoyed that. I think when it comes to tabling, it's funny because I'm director of Campus Life, but I love tabling for like advocacy events. Like I just love explaining to students why issues are important for us to think about and why it's important for like us to voice our concerns. So yeah, I've been involved in a lot of those aspects. But also last year I got the position of the BC Federation of Students of the women's representative. And with that, it was kind of different with COVID, but I think like even looking at like the bigger like scene of it, like it's not just our college that is facing issues, but like also like it's across Canada, it's across the world. So looking at it at that perspective too, like there's so much work to be done, and I love being a part of the process along with my peers, like with the staff and the board members. I think, yeah, like that's basically been my involvement.
Okay, so do you have any mentors who've helped you get to where you are now?
Yeah, I thought about this question for so long because like I've learned so much from like a lot of people, but I went back to like day one, like who's been the person that kind of like set the standards for like who I want to be. And I thought about my grandma. She is literally an amazing person. Like she's a strong, independent woman. Like if something's broken at home, she will fix it. If she doesn't have something, she will make something equivalent to it and use that. So I've learned so much from her. And um, till this day, like whenever I think something is not possible, I think, no, like I can do this. Like there's a way for me to do this. So I definitely think my grandma is one of my mentors.
Well, let me say congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, Melissa and Deepa. Back to you, Jed.
Thank you, Maxine. Please help me welcome our second Community Builder of the Year, Nikhil Lal. Let's take a look at Nikhil and his nominator Amrita's video.
Hello, I'm Amrita. I am the campus rep at the Douglas Student Union here at Douglas College. I am a fourth year bachelor's in business administration student and I'm majoring in human resources.
Hi, my name is Nikhil Lal, and I am the Director of College Relations at the DSU and the student representative of the Douglas College Board. And I'm a fourth year BPEC student at Douglas College. Amrita, how long have you known me for?
I have known you since my first year at Douglas College. I remember seeing you in the concourse at the new Westminster campus. And I remember you were volunteering and I was volunteering myself. And that's when we really got to know each other and became friends. And then we started off our journey at the DSU. And that's when I got to know you better as a fellow friend and coworker. So my question to you, Nikhil, is what has your involvement been at the college or in the community dinner?
Well, since I've come to Douglas, I got involved right away. I was involved in the Sports Science Student Council since I've come to Douglas in 2017, where I served as president for 1 year and then ran at the DSU as campus rep in 2019, I believe. And then that carried on to me running as a director of college relations and continue at the DSU. However, I did not stop at my involvement in the Sports Science Student Council. I continued my work there and helped out where I could. And I also ran the Kin Games team at Douglas since 2018 to now still. And I've sat on the college board since 2019 as well. So I've been around the college in many forms.
Definitely seen that. Do you have any goals for the upcoming year?
Well, I just transferred to the University of Fraser Valley and just won presidency there for their students union. So I will be continuing my work in student leadership and advocacy elsewhere. I'm sad to be leaving my home here at Douglas, but I'm excited to continue great work and continue to do what I love the most.
Well, congratulations on the position at UFV. I'm pretty sure you'll do great things there. So last but not the least, what advice do you have for any new students coming to Douglas College?
Oh, get involved. You really don't know how it's going to change your life. Get involved. You're going to meet some amazing people and it will really grow you and develop you into the person you want to be. So if there's anything I would suggest, is get involved and life is good.
Well, congratulations, Nikhil, on winning the Community Builder Award for this year. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you for nominating me. Honestly, I'm super grateful and humbled by the opportunity and just winning this award. I'm kind of speechless. You know, it's something I you kind of work hard towards something, but it's one of those things you don't really expect anything in return. And, you know, when something comes your way, I can't help but just feel thankful and grateful. And thank you for, you know, being a part of my life and, you know, making all these opportunities worthwhile. I also like to thank again, Brian Story, Adele, Kathy and the senior management team, and everyone for and the students, and most importantly, the students. You know, thank you for allowing me to represent you and allow me to kind of build a community at Douglas where I could share with all of you and just grow. So thank you so much for everyone.
Sweet. Thanks, Nikhil and Amrita. Maxine?
Our next award recognizes students who are living big. These students have gone above and beyond both in their academics and their leadership work. They exemplify outstanding leadership characteristics, not only demonstrating commitment to their academic pursuits, but also a strong commitment to the Douglas College community. Please help me recognize this year's recipients of the Living Big Student Leaders of the Year Award of Distinction. Our first winner we would like to recognize is Caitlin Sprue. Let's watch Caitlin and her nominator Deborah's video.
Hi, I'm Deborah Flewelling. I'm the Open Education Librarian at Douglas College.
And I'm Caitlin Sprue. I am in the Associate of Science program at Douglas College, just finishing off my third year. So Deborah, how long have you known me for?
I think I've known you virtually for almost a year now. You contacted me as the new DSU representative for Open Douglas. And Open Douglas is a group that we have at the college that works towards decreasing the use of open education resources. So could you tell me, what has been your involvement? I mean, I know, of course, in open education, but could you tell me about your involvement in the college?
Absolutely. I've had a lot of involvement at Douglas College. Ever since I first got here, I immediately jumped right in and started volunteering. I attended a lot of events put on by Student Life, and I started volunteering with the DSU. And most of my involvement has come from being involved with the DSU, first as a volunteer, and then during my second semester, I was, I guess, recruited could be a word for it. And then further on elected to be the Indigenous representative. And the year that I spent in that position was very fulfilling. I learned so much about my own Indigenous culture. And I also had the opportunity to share that culture with the Douglas College community, which I was very thankful for, because I feel a lot of people may not be very much aware of Indigenous culture. So having the opportunity to share that was very rewarding. We also did a lot of advocacy work that year that really showed me just how powerful student voices can be when we work collectively to achieve our goals, which then motivated me to run for the position of Director of External Relations, which is the position I've held for this past year. And it has admittedly been a little bit hard because of the pandemic and doing everything online, but at any opportunity we had, we would meet with MPs, MLAs, members of the Douglas College community, just anything we can to continue furthering our advocacy work in making post-secondary more accessible, more affordable, and just better in general for all students. So just basically any work I could do over the last couple of years to helps build a sense of community at Douglas, but also work towards bettering post-secondary education for all students.
And do you have any advice for any new students coming in now?
I have a lot of advice, but I think when it comes to what we've been talking about today, I really just think the most basic advice I could give is to just get involved as soon as you feel comfortable to do so. Like I said, I got involved pretty much right when I got to Douglas. And because of that, I ended up having so many opportunities available for me that have been absolutely amazing. And I'm super grateful that we're there. But it's also just really important to realize that going to college, it's a lot more than just going to class and then going home and doing your homework. like, of course, the education side is super important. I mean, you're paying to learn, so you have to focus on your education. But getting involved with the community is just as important, because you create those memories with your friends, with the entire community, and those are the memories that you will look back on with a smile, as cheesy as it sounds. And the sooner you start getting involved, the sooner you can start making those memories.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Caitlin and Deborah. Jed?
Thanks, Maxine. I would now like to recognize our second Living Big Student Leader Award of Distinction winner, Cody Goodman. Let's take a look at Cody and her nominator Marlene's video.
Hi, my name is Marlene Graveson, the student coordinator and faculty member in the Department of Psychiatric Nursing.
My name is Cody Goodman. I'm a psychiatric nursing student in my 4th year of study. How long have you known me for, Marlene?
This is our 3rd year working together.
And why did you nominate me?
You know, Cody, you are an extraordinary leader that inspires others to take initiative, to have vision, and you convince others to extend their energy into a shared cause. This is truly what sets you apart. What I think is the most significant about you, Cody, and is threaded through all your achievements, is your thoughtfulness and creativity that you inject into all that you do. You give space and autonomy to the others to develop their own vision. You are forever humble, and you elevate others without demanding recognition for yourself. I think a wonderful example of this is when I was notified that I was nominated for the Contribution to Student Leadership Award. I reached out to you, Cody, to ask you to provide a reference for me. Little did I know that it was you who nominated me. This speaks to who you are and your way of being. And why don't you tell us something about your involvement at the college, Cody?
I became the vice president of the Peer Mentorship Program in my 1st semester, and then assumed the role of president in semester 3. When I first joined the leadership team, Peer Mentorship consisted of matching students in mentor and mentee positions, and a self-care booth which provided self-care resources to psychiatric nursing students. I wanted to expand the program, so as vice president, I started an initiative called the Student Recognition to promote peers recognizing each other for the good work that they do. Since becoming president, we've developed a number of initiatives, all of which are student-led. We established co-leads in every semester who act as liaisons between their semester and the leadership team. Other initiatives include a simulation lab tutor, a social media mentor who posts inspiring and funny nursing-related material to our Facebook page, an Indigenous student mentor for Indigenous students in the academic foundations and psychiatric nursing programs. Thanks to my current vice president's assistance, we've also expanded Peer Mentorship into a DSU club, which has provided us funds and resources to better serve the Peer population. Our most recent initiative has been our drop-in mentorship group, which we created to better assist students in earlier semesters who may be struggling as a result of having completely virtual learning during the pandemic. We're currently working on creating an alumni mentorship component that will provide new grads with mentors who previously graduated from the program so that they will feel well supported as they enter their careers.
Wow, you've been really busy, Cody. Do you have any goals for the upcoming year? I know that you'll be graduating next semester.
My goals are to continue growing in my psychiatric nursing practice and to continue my lifelong pursuit of self-development. I'll be working as an ESPN this summer, which I'm pretty excited about. And as you mentioned, I will be entering my preceptorship in September, so I am going to be collaborating with my vice president to help her with the transition of taking over my role at that time. I'm very excited about the future and all the possibilities that it may bring.
Thanks, Cody and Marlene. Our final award of the evening recognizes the students who are up and coming leaders. These are students who have shown a commitment to the Douglas College community in a volunteer or student assistant capacity, going above and beyond to create good experiences for others, being a positive role model, and creating a community on campus. Please help me welcome this year's up and coming leaders. Our first winner is Ariel Ateza. Let's watch his video with his nominator, Andrea.
Hi, I'm Ariel, and I'm in the Child and Youth Care program, and this is my fourth and final year of my study.
Hi, my name is Andrea. I am a student life coordinator here at Douglas College.
And so why did you nominate me?
Another good question. So I felt that you deserve to be nominated first and foremost is because you're a leader in our community. So it's either on and off campus. And I think you needed to be recognized for some of the amazing work that you've done over the past year, especially with us at Student Life. Going into the pandemic, our biggest challenge has been providing engaging programming for a lot of our students. And I think you really rose to that occasion. You were really able to just deliver something that students really want, really need, and can connect to. And that's not only because you're a student yourself, but I think you, over your years at Douglas, you've built and maintained so many important connections. And I think most importantly is that you just care about your fellow peers, and that's what makes you really successful. So what has your involvement been at the college or in the community?
Throughout my years, I've been fortunate to be involved in different areas of the college. I first started in the Student Ambassadors program, and then I volunteered for the DSU, and I eventually became the Director of Membership Development, Student Representative for DSU. And then for the past 2 years, I've been a part of the Education Council as the Student Representative, and I've been very fortunate to be part of the Student Life as the Edge Planner, one of the Edge Planners.
Mm-hmm. And you were an Edge leader.
An Edge leader, oh yeah. And volunteer.
Yes, exactly. You've done everything. It's quite the resume. Another question I have for you. Do you have any mentors that have helped you to get to where you are now?
No, I couldn't have done anything without the support of the people in my life. And I don't know where I'd be without them. But my biggest support and mentor has to be my brother. He is the reason why I have been so involved around the college. And he's also the one that pushed me to get my degree in child and youth care. I didn't even think about it, but he saw the potential in me that I couldn't see for myself. And he has pushed me to be the best me. So I'm truly blessed to have him in my life.
It makes me really emotional. I'm not gonna lie, just because I've worked with your brother as well, and I see your dynamic and the way you work together, and it's just so, it's like you guys aren't only family, but you're really close friends as well. So
he's my best friend.
Okay, this is the final question that I have for you. I hope you're ready for it.
Okay.
What advice do you have for any new students?
Okay. I think is for them to just be yourself, because everyone else is taken, and get involved, have fun, and don't forget to take care of yourself.
Awesome. Thanks, Ariel, and congratulations again.
And thank you so much for nominating me.
Thanks, Ariel and Andrea. Maxine, you know what to do.
Thanks so much, Jed. Our second winner is Lauren Whittle. Let's check out Lauren and her nominator, Ruhina's video.
Hi, my name is Ruhina Rana, and I'm faculty in the BSN program as well as the Health Sciences Research Coordinator.
And hello, my name is Lauren Whitall. I am a semester 4 BSN student from Douglas College. All right. And Ruhina, how long have you known me for?
Well, Lauren, I've known you for the past year when you applied for the Student Research Ambassador in Health Sciences position. And since then, we've worked very closely together.
Yeah. And why did you nominate me for this award?
I nominated you for this award because I was extremely impressed by not only your work this past year as a research ambassador, but also your work ethic. When I read the award criteria, I immediately thought of you. You work so hard to better yourself every day, but you also invest in building up your peers. You selflessly give of your time and energy to make the college experience better for everyone, and in turn, make the college a better place.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, that means a lot.
So, Lauren, why don't you tell me about what your involvement has been with the college or community this year?
Well, I started at Douglas College in September of 2016 and then ended up starting the BSM program in the fall of 2019. And I was just kind of getting my footing in the first couple of semesters. And then really by semester 3, I really wanted to get more involved. I'd already been going to PMP and trying to get involved that way, but I really wanted to lead things and bring about my knowledge of the first 2 semesters of nursing to other students. So I ended up applying for this research ambassador position and got so many opportunities to get involved in the college. I was able to join the Health Sciences Journal Club. I was able to reach out not only to faculty, but to students as well to learn more about research and get them more involved in research. I've also been able to assist in research as well on one of your projects, kind of talking about what the experience of nurses has been like in the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's been such a neat opportunity to be able to connect with students and faculty and people even outside of Douglas College to just get involved more in research.
It's wonderful. And you've been instrumental in helping us shift the culture towards a more research and evidence-based kind of lens. And it's been a treat having you be a part of our research team this year.
Oh, thank you.
Can you tell me about any goals you have for the coming year?
Yeah, well, in the next couple of months, I'll be starting with Vancouver Coastal Health doing COVID vaccinations, as well as start on their cardiac ward, which has now been turned into their COVID ward. So that'll be an interesting place to learn more and bring about my knowledge into that space, as well as for one of my research classes, we brought about a research project on the online experience of BSN students. And our instructor, Kim, has been instrumental in getting us maybe to publish it. So that's something that is a goal over the summer of possibly publishing that. That would be really neat.
So congratulations, Lauren. This award couldn't be more well-deserved. And I know you're going to do amazing things in healthcare in British Columbia as you move forward.
And thank you so much, Regina, for nominating me for this award. And thank you to Douglas College for providing this opportunity for me. I hope to keep being involved in my upcoming semesters at Douglas College in research and health sciences and the greater Douglas College community. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren and Regina. Back to you, Jed.
Thanks, Maxine. Our final winner of the evening is Axel Bruneau. Let's check out Axel and his nominator, John's video.
Hello, my name's John Kinsley, and I'm the supervisor of the Future Students Office. I do recruitment and conversion for the college, and I've been working at the college for approximately 4 years.
And I'm Axel. I'm in the marketing program at Douglas, and I'm in my 3rd year of study. John, how long have you known me for, and why did you nominate me?
Yeah, so I think we met back in May 2020. It was our first, or the Future Students Office, first time doing virtual student ambassador intakes. And it was a little rocky on my end, but I think we made a good impression. You joined the team still. So we've actually never met in person before, just virtually. So the connection and impact you've made on the team really speaks to who you are. And that's one of the reasons why I nominated you, because you're a standout student ambassador as well as Douglas College student. You really embody what it means to be a Douglas College student. You're motivated, passionate, engaged, and not to mention professional with your microphone there and all your setup. It's just very impressive. I've seen you jump into all of our different events and services at the Future Students Office, and you've been able to build connections with staff, student assistants, and other volunteers. In COVID, that's not easy. Like, you have went above and beyond. And I remember from that like second week, people being like, Axel, we see him going places. And so you made an impression on the team. And so with that, I felt like it was my duty, my honor to nominate you for this award.
Thank you. Thanks so much. It's
No
really
problem.
kind of you.
What has your involvement been at the college or in the community so far?
It kind of got started just in my classes, taking on leadership roles, because in marketing, we do a lot of projects, and these projects involve like actual real businesses. So generally in our teams, we need to be organized. So somebody needs to take on a leadership role. And me being super passionate, about the industry, I started to get into that. And that's kind of like how I started getting involved in some leadership activities. Followed by obviously joining the student ambassador program was a huge step for me. It was a little bit out of my comfort zone in the beginning, but like I adjusted very quickly to that. And obviously I believe in the goal of it. It aligns with my goals as well, which is why I've continued in that path sort of recently. And then, of course, recently I ran for the Coquitlam campus rep position for the DSU. That's very new. It was also a big step for me, but like I'm looking forward to getting going on that. And then with the studies going back to in person in the fall, potentially, I think it's just a great opportunity to get involved. I'm excited to do it.
Do you have any mentors that helped you get to where you are at now?
So I would say I don't have any mentors specifically, but I do want to thank some departments. The first one being the marketing department and all of my marketing instructors that I've had so far, just because they've helped me to fuel my passion and kind of like find myself and develop my own skills as a person. And just overall, like I've changed a lot since I joined this program, and a lot of it is just to do with the instructors in the program. They've done a great job. And then also I gotta mention the Future Students Office, for giving me an opportunity to join the Student Ambassador program and giving me a platform to be able to support students and help them transition into post-secondary and like that. Yeah, just those two departments, they've really helped me.
So I just want to thank you again for being a leader within our community and a standout student and volunteer. And thank you so much, Axel.
Of course. Thank you so much for nominating me and, seeing my potential. I really appreciate that.
Excellent, or should I say excellent. Thanks, Axel and John. Maxine, back to you.
Thanks, Jen. Before we end our programming tonight, we want to thank the members of this year's selection committee for all their hard work. There were some fantastic nominees this year, and they really had their work cut out for them selecting this year's winners.
We would like to thank Vice President of Student Affairs, Sarah Dench.
Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences, Sean Tykoff.
Vice President of Public Affairs, Dave Taylor.
Executive Director, Foundation and Alumni Relations, Tracy London.
And Organizer of Membership Outreach for the Douglas Students Union, Delaney Sullivan.
Thank you all so much for being part of this process. We really appreciate having you involved.
That concludes our program for this evening. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you taking the time to acknowledge and recognizing our amazing students, staff, and faculty members, and their dedication to leadership and engagement.
Yes, thank you all so much for being here with us in a virtual format tonight. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.